Welcome back to the channel. Pull up your chair here to the table. Let's talk about something that sounds kind of morbid, but life really is short. You've probably been told before life is short, or the days are long, but the decades are short, or some such version of that. Here's the thing that's got my attention right now. Lately, I've noticed a lot of people around me in my age group starting to pass away or reaching the point where they've got some sort of a stage 4 something. There's diagnoses all over the place. I looked in a database at life mortality in the US, and here's what I found that's kind of interesting. I'm a part of Gen X, and Gen X as an age group is coming up on retirement. We're not too far away, maybe 60-ish and less. When we think about that age group, a lot of times we do see some things happening. What I didn't understand is I looked at the data, and the data shows that roughly 25% of people who are currently in the Gen X age group will not see their next decade. See, 25% of us won't make it based on the mortality data when it gets to between ages 45 and 60. That should get your attention if you're anywhere near this age bracket, or if you're planning for a life that goes to full retirement age. Will you get there? What do you want out of life? I mean, life really is short. As somebody who's sitting here in front of you at 52 years old, I can't believe I'm 52 years old. I don't feel like that. I feel like I'm still young at heart. But my body tells me some things some days, especially this shoulder lately. When you age, it's not the same. I'm not 30 years old anymore. I do have to take care of myself a little bit differently. Here's what I'm seeing happen around me. Number one, I am seeing a lot of people sick. Right now, I know of 3 people at stage 4 working through their cancer journeys. As of this recording, none of those prognoses is very good. One has been described as a, quote, Hail Mary attempt of just kind of a last-ditch effort. This is something experimental we'll try. Someone else I was just informed, a really good friend from high school, has had cancer spread. And as soon as you hear the word spread, you know it's not good. Stage 4 and spread throughout the body is a bad sign. That's thing one. I'm seeing that happen a lot. I've seen a lot more funerals for people in their 50s around me, unexpectedly so. What do you want out of life? What do you want out of your 50s? What do you want out of your 60s? What do you think is possible? If you're not planning for it, here's what you may be missing. See, what also I'm noticing around me is a lot of people have burnt out badly. Now, I burnt out in my career, and I still want to keep going with some things, and I still want to contribute to society in a meaningful way. But when I just look objectively at who's burned out around me and who is exiting the workforce, it's really a surprise to me how many people between the ages of 50 and 55 in the Gen X cohort are exiting the system. They've had enough. They're burnt out. They're finding their prime earning years are behind them. They're seeing that they're not viewed the same way in their work environments. What does that mean for you? What it means is life is shorter than what the numbers are when you're young. When you're young, you've got to age 65 to plan. You can get to your retirement here by planning on having a 40-year career. The government tables for your Social Security are based on 40 years of work. Gen X, a lot of us started work at age 12 and 13. That is not a statistic. Ask someone in Gen X whether or not they started when they were young, and the answer will almost always be yes. I have 40 years of actual work in. It's not all going to be recognized the same way by Social Security because it's not, quote, prime age work. But at some point, you get tired. And I'm seeing it all throughout Gen X. See, a lot of people are stopping work early. Those who aren't maybe can't, and many who are not are just desiring more. But the whole point of chasing after work just to achieve and make money is becoming lost on our entire generation, regardless of where you are in your financial journey. And so I guess I just wanted to point that out today. There are a bunch of folks that are planning to work until they drop dead. And that's fine. That's great. If that's what you want out of life, or it's the hand that life dealt you, I understand. I really do. But if you want more out of life and you're young, Start thinking about where life changes, not where retirement lies, and where life changes really is around 50 years old. There's something that happens here that you need to be really aware of. That change is a change in the feeling of purpose, a change in the feeling of desire, a change in your energy, things that make a huge difference when you're going to work every day, getting up early, commuting in, and just dealing with life. I'm not saying that we all have an option here, but what I am saying is if you're younger and you're thinking about what life looks like as you get to this point, think closely about your plan for life not being to 67 or 69 or 70 years old, but for 50 or 55 years old. Make the plan to overachieve to get here and have flexibility, because there's a 1 in 4 chance you won't live past this time window. So what do you want out of life? It's short. Make it count. Till next time, thanks for joining me.